So as we start the new year, about a week ago, I came across 75 Hard Challenge. I don't know if you've heard of it, but it is supposed to be extremely hard. It's designed to be hard and challenging, and you have to do certain things every single day. And then if you miss one thing, you have to start back onto day one. So as I was researching this, there's actually a podcast that explains it. As I was researching and kind of looking at people's experiences and what they've kind of their mindset around this before they even get going, I found a couple of really interesting things that I wanted to share. And before I do that, as I was kind of researching and deciding whether or not to do this, I was like, what if knowing what I know about how powerful the mind is, and it's not just how powerful the mind is, it's reprogramming your mind. I've done several full breakthroughs on my health and fitness, and in fact, in every single area of my life. And I feel like this one piece of the puzzle is the piece that I haven't actually taken like physical, full on like commitment and deciding to really put my mind to the test. And so 75 Hard Challenges is actually to help you create mental toughness. Now, the problem with programs and things is that you can be doing a program, but then people end up dropping off at the end, and they haven't actually dealt with what's in here. They kind of shut it off, and they don't actually pinpoint what are these voices, why am I eating this junk food? They just kind of like bury it and suppress it. And the interesting thing, back to people's experiences, is there was this one girl that I saw, and the guy on the podcast, excuse my language, he calls it the bitch voice. And the voice that's in your mind saying, you can't do this, you'll never succeed, this is going to be extremely hard that you can't do. The reason why I know these voices, because these are the voices that were in my mind this last week as I was deciding whether or not I would do this and succeed at it. So I came across this girl, and she was talking about these voices in her head and that she needs to quiet the voices during this challenge. And here's the problem with quieting the voice. What other voices are you quieting? Because those voices are actually your unconscious mind speaking to you. Now, it could be a voice back when you were young, of an experience that caused you to not want to exercise or be healthy. And what other voices come through our unconscious mind? See, our unconscious mind is actually the one thing that links us to our higher consciousness, which our higher consciousness is closely connected with our higher power. And so if we're quieting our voice of our unconscious mind, we're also quieting the voice of our higher consciousness and our higher power. So that's the problem, is that people think, oh, I got to quiet my voice. Well, what else are you quieting by doing that? So the better way to actually reprogram your conscious mind is to listen to every thought that comes in and rewire and reprogram it. And when you learn how to do that, like in my trainings, then you actually learn how to transcend beyond all your limitations. So this last week, I'll be totally honest, I decided about 5-6 days ago that I would do this challenge, and I started yesterday. And throughout the last 4 days before I even started it, I had all sorts of stuff surfacing like, that's way too hard. You've never done anything like this, Camilla. There's no way you'll succeed. Who do you think you are that you can actually do this physically? Because this is like, so in my business, I have actually beyond mastered my mind in my business, in relationships, pretty much every area of my life, yet I have not yet actually really fine-tuned things for my health and fitness. Yes, I exercise like 3 times a week and I eat as healthy as I can, but not like a strict eat clean, no sugar, no crap. There's like, you read 10 pages a day in self-development. You have to do 2 45-minute exercises, and one of them has to be outside. Like, it's challenging. Just put in I'll put in hashtag hard75 challenge, and you can click on it and start looking at it if you're interested in looking and checking it out. But that voice, all of those voices are so important to listen to, because as you're wanting to get to a whole new level in your health and fitness, or a new level in your career, a new level in anything you do, you really want to pay attention to what's actually going on in here, so you can rewire and reprogram and tell yourself a new story. And there are way easier ways than doing affirmations. There's ways to embed things in your unconscious mind at the root cause of where they're coming from. And instead of just saying all these affirmations, because affirmations are like wishful thinking. And whereas I know precisely how to embed suggestions in my unconscious mind. And so my biggest thing was like, I want to make this an easy challenge. And so the day before I started, I told myself, show me the evidence that I can do this. Show me evidence. And most people will focus on what they don't want, which is like not succeeding or, failing. And then they'll find evidence of that and then fall off. Or they'll just push through and it's so hard to just push yourself, right? But why not just make it easy on yourself? And so that's my mentality anyway. So my unconscious mind started doing the process of giving me evidence that I can do this. Oh, and you have to drink a whole gallon of water. And I've been terrible at drinking water. So I decided, okay, if I can drink like 3 32-ounce drinks of water by a certain amount of time in the day, then I can do it. So I was like, I want unconscious mind, show me evidence that I can do this. And it did. So I drank, it was so easy. I drank 3 things of water, and then I'm like by that certain time, and it was my evidence showing me that I could do it. So instead of finding evidence of how I'm gonna fail or how you're going to fail in something, find evidence of how you can succeed. So, and pay attention to the voices in your head. In fact, I like to even turn it up. Tell me what kind of voices are in my head that I can reprogram, because I have the tools and know how to do that. So I hope this was useful for you and it helps you in the next thing. Drop a comment and let me know what your goals are this year and what types of things you like to reprogram. I'm totally passionate about this topic, and I'd love to give you some more tips. Hope you have a wonderful day and start out your year awesome. Today is the first Monday of the year, 2021. Make it great. Talk to you soon.